Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I am Constable Donna Carlson, a Public and Media Relations Officer here at Peel Regional Police. Thank you for attending this update into the ongoing investigation of the attempt murder incident that occurred last week in Brampton. At the conclusion of the superintendent's update, there will be an opportunity for questions. Once this event is concluded, a media release will be issued. A video of the conference will be available on our Peel Regional Police YouTube channel. At this time, I would like to introduce Superintendent Sean Gormley, who is the officer in charge of 22 Division.
Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. On Thursday, August 4th, 2022, Peel Regional Police received a 911 call at 8:16 in the morning regarding a male who had been assaulted by 3 suspects in the area of Mayfield Road and Hurontario Street in the city of Brampton. The victim, Gagandip Singh Man, was brutally attacked by 3 unknown suspects. The suspects in the assault used a machete and an axe. The 3 suspects fled prior to responding police officers' arrival. The suspects' descriptions are limited due to their faces being covered. Suspect number 1 was wearing black clothing with black gloves, a black baseball hat, and he was wearing a surgical mask. Suspect number 2 was also wearing black clothing, black shoes with red laces, black gloves, also wearing a surgical mask. Suspect number 3 was wearing a black sweater hoodie with the hood up, gray track pants, black gloves, also wearing a surgical mask. The victim was treated by our partners of Peel Paramedics and transported to a local trauma center where he remains currently in non-life-threatening condition. Peel Regional Police believe this was a targeted incident. There is no ongoing threat to public safety. There is no evidence suggesting that this incident is related to any other incident that has occurred in the city of Brampton. From the moment this incident occurred, investigators at 22 Division Criminal Investigation Bureau have been working diligently to identify and arrest the individuals responsible for this vicious attack. Investigators are strongly urging anyone with information related to this incident to please contact the Criminal Investigation Bureau at 905-453-2121, extension 2233. Or if you wish to remain anonymous, please contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. At this time, I'm prepared to take a few questions.
Do we know anything about a motive?
At this time, we don't have a motive identified. There are numerous pieces of information that are coming to us that we're looking into, but we have not identified the exact motive.
So it was targeted, but do you know if they were known to each other at all?
We don't have that information at this time. Based on some information we have received, we do believe that this was a targeted attack.
Superintendent Sean O'Shea with Global News. We understand that there was a death threat that was received by the victim. Did Peel Police follow up on that death threat because the police department was made aware of it?
So we were aware that the victim a few days prior had received a death threat. That was under an active investigation, and that forms now a part of this investigation, and we're trying to determine whether or not that is related to the incident that occurred.
Supplementary to that, did the police department and Peel provide any protection or any kind of oversight as a result of that death threat that was revealed to the police department?
So a safety plan was put in place with the victim at the time that the death threat was reported to us. Sir?
This is Nitin Chopra from Prime Asia TV. This is not the first time that media personality is being attacked here in the region of Peel. First we saw Mr. Basi, the radio host, was attacked a couple of times at his home, at his office. Then Mr. Deepak Punj was attacked in his own office as a radio host. And this is the, again, incident which is very brutal. So do police have any information about the previous investigation, because Mr. Punj case was happened in February and we are in August? Any outcome of those investigations?
So those investigations are still currently being investigated. At this time, we don't have any information to suggest that those 2 incidents are related to the incident that occurred last week with our most recent victim.
John Musselman from CTV News. Have you ever told us that a range rover was removed from that property, manhole before months ago that car was stolen. Is there any information related to that? Because we're told the RCMP was also involved, as well as Peel Police.
So I am aware that there was a vehicle seized from the area of the victim's residence I believe it was a few months ago. At this time, we're looking to see if that's related to the incident that occurred last week. I don't have any information to say that it is, though.
Tina Isdani with City News. Can you tell us a little bit more about the extent of his injuries?
So his injuries are, as you can imagine, having seen the video, they're quite serious. I'm not prepared to release the exact extent, but they are going to be life-altering injuries for the victim.
Well, if you might be able to speak to just the brazenness of this attack, I think it's very startled the community at large about what happened here. We're talking about attempted murder, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is something that thankfully is the exception to occurring in our community. I think we've all seen the video. It's something that it's very disturbing, and but I want to assure the public that we do believe this was a targeted incident, that the city of Brampton remains a very safe community to live in.
Joe Warmington from Post Media and the Sun. Talking to the mom who ran out, I think everybody is pretty impressed with her bravery. And also, if you can speak to that, I know that normally that's not what you want to do, but I think in this case, we're wondering if maybe she could have perhaps saved her son's life as well.
Absolutely, it's not something we would recommend. The attack being witnessed by his mother was obviously a very emotional event. She ran out. It was a pure reaction on her part, and it certainly helped contribute to him still being here today.
I just want to follow up so quickly on your point. I think, not just because there's media here, but that is an awful lot of media people being attacked, and I wonder, I don't know what the solution is, but maybe is it something that police are looking into? Because obviously in this day of social media and all that stuff, it's getting kind of scary when media are being attacked.
Yeah, certainly, there's 3 incidents that I'm aware of that the victims are all members of the media. I can't say whether or not, Joe, these are related to one another. Freedom of the press, freedom of expression is something that we value in our country, and it's something that we are going to look into. And, the main thing here is that this, no matter what the motive, this is a completely egregious attack on a gentleman who lives in our community, and we are going to put all of our resources toward identifying those persons responsible.
Superintendent, is the main piece of evidence that video that we've all seen?
So we have that video. Investigators are currently in the neighborhood canvassing. As you know, more and more people have video on their houses. What we're asking is that if anybody does have video that may contain information that would be helpful, please contact our investigators. We can either arrange to have somebody attend to retrieve that, or we can also retrieve that video through an upload link through our video systems.
Follow up to your earlier answer about the safety plan that was put together for this person. Was the safety plan put in place? Was this gentleman told not to travel alone, not to do certain things, or had the safety plan actually been put into effect yet after the death threat?
I can't comment specifically what the safety plan was. Unfortunately, these persons, as you can tell by the video, were very motivated to try and inflict some serious harm on this gentleman, and the incident happened.
What message you want to give to the media personalities? Because time to time, as you mentioned, that 3 media persons, that investigations are on, they were being attacked. How much concerns all other media persons should be, because they talk very bold issues on their media. And in the previous incidents, people had the number plate 3 digits out of 6 digits, 3 digits, and with that also police was not able to catch the culprits. With that 3 numbers, is anything you want to disclose on that?
Again, these are very active investigations, sir. They are ongoing by both 22 and 21 Division Criminal Investigations Bureau. We liaise with one another and share information. I anticipate arrests will be made in those attacks. I ask that members of the media and all persons remain vigilant when they're out and about in their surroundings. But I want to reassure the public this was a targeted incident, and Brampton remains a very safe city to work, live in at this time.
Do we have an update on the vehicle that neighbors reported seeing? Is there a surveillance video you might have to release them in?
At this time, I don't have information for you regarding a vehicle. However, we're hopeful through Canvas that we will have some information to share with the media in a subsequent media release.
Any message to the suspects if they're watching?
if the suspects would contact their lawyers and turn themselves in, that is something that we would encourage. As I said, we don't want members of the public feeling like they can't go outside. This was a targeted event, and we remain safe as a community. And if the suspects do contact a lawyer, we would be obviously encouraging them to turn themselves in.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for attending today. This concludes our media scrum. Thank you.